Welcome to this look at some new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, some surprise mods on Sunday. Today is Monday. I did take Sunday off for various different reasons. The first one I'm going to talk about now is an absolute result. Couldn't be happier. We had such a fantastic time. I was talking about leading up to Saturday, the big charity event we're going to be doing for the Country Trust. Thank you to everyone that joined in, took part, was in the chat, that donated towards the Country Trust. By the end of the streaming, I streamed from 1 o'clock to 5:30. Farmer Cop did from 5:30 to 7 PM. Then Farm Sim Guy and Argsy did from 7 to 9, and we all sort of jumped in and out. We had the Average Viking, we had Kartek, we had Omatana, we had Yos, Omatana and Yos, both modders. We had Jaden, we had Farm Sim Snowy, we had Farmer Sim. Loads of different people joined us. I did an interview live with Tom Pemberton, which was great. I did an interview with Jill Attenborough, who's the CEO for the Country Trust charity. There was a poll going constantly during the stream up until 4 PM whether I should eat a carrot or an onion. Guess what I end up having to eat. So if you missed the stream, it is available for you to jump on, have a watch, bits of it, all of it, parts of it, whatever you want to do. It was fantastic. We raised, up to this point, £7,200. £7,200. Every £30 gets a child out to a farm to experience farming, agriculture, a better understanding of where their food comes from, all that kind of stuff. Most from disadvantaged backgrounds, disadvantaged areas. Absolutely fantastic. So awesome. So why I'm talking about all of that is, and you've probably seen it on the thumbnail, if you want to pick up a cheap copy of the game, or a cheaper copy of the game, if you haven't got it yet, Giants Software very kindly donated to the Country Trust 200 keys. PC keys, unfortunately no console keys, but if you want to pick up a PC copy of the game, and they put that on the charity website, the Tiltify website, while we were streaming. There are still a lot of copies available. I think currently it's selling on the FarmSim website for £49.99, euros or dollars, or £59.99. I think it might be £49. So only £30. So if you go on, it's a win-win. It really is. If you follow the link, there's a link in the description if you want to pick up a copy. Go down to where it says rewards, click on it to add to cart, and if you donate £30 or more, but obviously if you want to get it as cheap as possible, £30, you can get a key and it'll be sent out to you from the Country Trust within 5 to 7 days of the end of the stream. So yeah, the link's in the description. If you want to pick up a cheap copy, that would be absolutely awesome. Let's crack on with this. So we have got the Indutar set of mods, I guess, by Indutar and ML Studio. So these came out Sunday. I took Sunday off. It was a long day, a lot of prep leading up to doing the stream. So I took Sunday off. One of my twins took part in the Royal Parks Half Marathon in London to raise money for Great Ormond Street Hospital on Sunday. So yeah, it was all sorts of stuff going on. So let's start off with this. This is the Indutar RRP 2000. As I said, all of these are by Indutar and ML Studio. This you'll find under plows, actually. Initially I looked at it and thought that's got to be a disc harrow. It's not, it's under plows. So you will find it in that section, he says, going past it, and it is just there. 7,500 for the base model. 5.12 megabytes download, 3 slots, 2.6 meters wide. The options list, we can change the cutting angle. It still stays at 2.6 meters, but you've got that one, or that one. And then back to that again. Does have a gap through the middle, although there's no 3-point link on the back. Often when you get a gap like that, especially on subsoils, it allows for a PTO to go through the middle. I don't think it's for that. I think it's just the way it's designed to allow for the swing of the cutting angle. So that's the first of them. There's lots of information on the actual descriptions of these for obviously the real world applications, and it does talk about as well on this, developed to face the challenges of the field. The RRP 2000 loosens compacted soil, fixes tracks, improves productivity, and still preserves soil structure. So it's a sort of plough, disc harrow. There you go. So you're getting a ploughing texture, although it looks like a disc harrow. The descriptions, generally speaking, for mods are like the real world descriptions, especially if they're actual manufacturers' equipment and machinery. So it does talk about, in the main blog, and I think it's in the description on here, it talks about I was just looking for where it talked about what I was just going to talk about, no-till farming. That's the next one. I'm thinking, that's weird, I'm sure it was talking about that. That's the next one. So this one, in essence, is a plough, as you can see. Smaller field work, that'll probably work on a smaller tractor, possibly between vines for vineyards and olives, if you were going to do that. Anyway, moving on to the next one, we have got the Indutar Katrina F5. Now this has got a couple of component parts to it, as you can see. So we've got the Katrina F5, 55.19 megabytes download, 9 slots, 9 meters for the base version, I guess, which you can run as it is, 9 meters wide. It's a mulcher, which will do your mulching. That's the point of it. Knife roller, but then you've also got with this 10 slots and 3 meters wide. You've got this one here, which is basically a carrier bit of kit. These arms open up and you can then attach 2 of the 9 meter ones. Now this has a 3 meter in the middle as well, so you take your 9 and your 3, and then you've now got a mulcher out to 21 meters. Now there are pros and cons to this. The pros being 21 meters, that's really cool. The cons, this and the other two don't have rear trailer hitches. You can't hook the 3 together, fold the whole thing up and go down the road, because these arms fold up down here. Even if they were still attached, they come out quite wide anyway. That would still be 9 meters wide if it allowed you to. And you can't put them line astern behind and bring them all out in one go. So you'd have to bring them out separately. I suppose that's the only downside. If you're working on a big open space map, a big American map, whatever map it is, as long as you've got big open space and you can keep them hooked together as a 21 meter rig kind of thing. I mean, it doesn't have to be 21 meters because you don't have these open. I'll show you in a minute. It'll make more sense when I hook these up. But anyway, let's go to our mulchers and I'll show you. So we are here. There's the Katrina F5, 33 grand. No options, 180 horsepower required, so it's 180 horsepower for this one, 180 for the other one, then the middle section if you're going to run the 21 metre. So you're going to need a bit of oomph to pull all these in one go. I think I've got enough, I hope I've got enough. That comes like that, and then you've got this one here, the Tandem Katrina, 20,000, so that's the middle unit. 50 horsepower required for that, so you could run, I guess you could probably run that, just drop that down and run it as is. Again, no options, it comes like that. So I'm not going to show you one of these individually. I mean, you'll see it unfolding. Farm dog is desperate to see this unfolding, as you can tell. So let's do this. Let's jump in. So this being the carrier unit, and that's the thing. You have to have lowered this and dropped it to unfold it. So I just can't see. There you go. Up like that. So that's how it will come. Now I will back up to these. So if you wanted to, you could roll out to a field with it like this. You're not. I mean, we can try and fold it back up. I wouldn't have thought it's a good idea. Let's hook that one up first, then back up to that one, then hook that one up. Right. So unfold that one. So if you're running this individually, this is what this one would do to unfold to its 9 meters. And then we'll do that one. And I'll fold that as well. It's quite the rig, really. And then I guess we just drop that down, drop that down, drop that down. It's actually not pulling that too badly. So this is the one that talks about no-till, so you're getting your stubble stuff done. I'm going to go with the crop, be careful. Oh, just caught my sorghum. That's alright. Yeah, quite the rig. So what we'll do, let's lift that up. Let's do that and lift that up, that and lift that up. So that one, let's fold it. That one, let's fold it. Because I'm genuinely curious. I can't see it working because those are going to fold right back around the side. Then what we'll do, we'll go back to that one and we'll fold it. I don't know. I don't want to miss something and find you can actually run it all folded up. I just can't see how that's going to work. And then no, it's not designed to do that. Yeah, so I would say that's the only downside to the rig, is you would have to bring each individual piece out to the field or bring them all out already hooked up and kind of semi unfolded. But other than that, Nice bit of kit. So, next up we've got this, the Indutar Vision 40,000. Auger wagon, a few different options for tyres and stuff on this. 40,000 litre capacity. Under our auger wagon, so it does your auger type crops. It doesn't do everything, so your main cereal crop type things and seed and fertiliser, which is what most of the auger wagons do. If we click on that, you've got transport configurations. At the moment they're standard, or transport, which puts tiny little transport wheels on for putting onto a trailer, getting it to wherever it's going to go if you want to do that. Then we've got BKT, Michelin, Continental, Lizard, it's not Lizard tyres, Rice tyres, back to BKT. So I'll show you the rice. We've got rice and we've got rice inverted. Just those two. We come back to Lizard. We've got standard, inverted, with white letters, and inverted, and then back. So let's go forward then to BKT. Standard, default 2, inverted pattern, back to standard. And then some of the others, we've got, like, I've got the Michelins, as you can see. Did I go Michelins? I think I did. Inverted pattern, default 2, inverted pattern 2, with white letters, inverted. So you go through, you're going to find various different options. If you particularly want a white tyre, a white lettered one, you might want to go for and find one. And I think what's pretty cool on this as well, on the back here, you've got nothing on there. Again, this is just for the looks thing. You've got firefighting kit, no or yes, which puts a little, what am I on? Oh, there you go. Firefighting kit, no or yes, which puts like a water tank there and a hose reel to the side. So if you're out in the field and you're harvesting and you do get a fire, you can fight that fire. Obviously you can't actually, but you know, it's got the kit on there, which I suppose it probably does have in real life, and license plate option on there as well. So let's jump out, jump in, start her up. So what we do have under L1, R1, was it just an L1? Open cover, like so. L1, R1, right stick side to side, pulls the ladder right out, like that. Nice animation on that actually. Pretty cool. See our lights there? Oh, I love those types of indicators. Look at that. Was there a reflection on the back of the thing then? Yeah, look, there's a little bit of reflection coming up on there. That's pretty cool. Turn that off. Lights off. Then pipe out. Does that. Let's open the cover. Once the pipe's out, like that, we've then got R1, right stick up and down. We can adjust the nozzle on there, like so. This swivel front axle. We're getting a lot of South American stuff of late, aren't we? There's quite a few different people putting out South American gear, which is quite cool. There you go. That's the Indutar Vision 40,000. And then finally, over here, I have one of the two out that you get in this pack. Did I say what? I didn't say, did I? The Vision, we just saw, was 37.58 megabytes download, 14 slots to download and then use. The Magna Higher, 40.87 megabytes download, 5 slots 7 meters, 6 slots 12 meters. So if we go into here and go down to our headers and corn headers, just there, you'll see just there the Magna Higher, that one, orange and black. So you can go for the sort of South American version, or you can go for a version that's standard. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got orange and black, whatever you want to go for. It's up to you. No other options other than that. And then we go to this one here, the 2450. That one's the 12 meter. Quite the price difference, actually. That's interesting, is it, when you think about that? That's a 7 meter. I suppose you have to have 2 harvesters, but if you run 2 of those, you'll be looking at 80 grand, which will take you to 14 meters. That one's 12 for 119. But I guess, again, real world stuff. Orange and black are your options. I've gone for the larger of the two. They don't fold up in so much as fold up, but the snoots, as you can see, fold up. A lot of the corn headers do this. It should run like a corn header. Guess we're going to find out. Let's unfold the header. Oh, the good old corn header spider fingers. Brr. Well, I like the sound effects on that. It sounded like heavy plastic. It sounded like that, you know, a solid clonk, you know, not tinny, not metallic. It sounded right. Does that make sense? It sounded right, which is kind of what you want. A cover over there as well to stop stuff that's gone along the auger from bouncing back out. That's cool. Blow that down. And off we go. It's good they got the corn harvesting thing. I mean, that's, what was that, 2 updates ago, 3 updates ago now. I know when the game first released it was pretty awful, wasn't it, the corn animation for harvesting across the game. But there you go, it does the job that you want it to do. Slow it down so you can see. And that's it, the Indutar Magna hire, and that's it for all of the Indutar gear, and indeed the mods that came out on Sunday. I hope you found all this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then of course please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.